Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream for myself, Peter, on this channel, Peter Ray's Adventures, where life is an adventure. On this channel, I go to Carboots, charity shops, jumble sales. I do live streams, day in life vlogs, music concerts, travel vlogs, and more. So there's an eclectic range of videos. If you like reselling, if you don't, if you just like travel vlogs, great. Right, okay, cool, we're good. So if you look in the description below, I've got my eBay store, and it's up here as well. You check it out. I've got Facebook, I've got Instagram, I've got all that, and a gaming channel as well, Crack Attack Gamer. So do pop in to my gaming channel as well. Got Ko-Fi page, buy me coffee, all that sort of stuff, and all that. Because I've got a free version of this StreamYard, I can't do overlays, so I can't see the overlays. So I've got to kind of remember what I've got. Why is on my Ko-Fi page, my gaming channel, eBay profile, Instagram, Facebook page, all that. You check it all out. Topic today, well, not really a topic. I just thought, as you can see or saw by the thumbnail, but Del Boy, buy, sell. Buy stuff to sell it, not to hoard it, as it works out. Hopefully you've been coping with the heat. Today's been all right. It's been like 23, 24 degrees. I had a bit of rain this morning, and this afternoon, evening, quite warm because I sat outside for a few minutes. And that. I've also been vlogging, doing a day vlog, so that'll come out possibly on Friday, because I'm still not 100% sure what I'm doing with the vlogs, travel vlogs on that, like museums, parks, all that sort of stuff, whether they're on this channel or on my other channel, Quacktastic Journeys. No idea. But I just also need the views and the watch hours and that, because they're dangerously low at the moment, getting to under 4,000 hours. So probably on this channel, if you like it, you like it, you don't. Right. So. But yeah, as I say, hopefully you're coping with the heat, or have been, if it's been warm or not so warm where you are. God, it was disgusting. Like Monday night, Sunday night, it was just too hot and stressed and all that, you know, and like couldn't breathe, all that sort of stuff with the heat. Windows open, but things fly in, like gnats and stuff, and you're forever going around your room chasing bloody insects, trying to kill the blaming bloody insects. Was mental, that was. Like last number of nights, and even more than that, because it's been like 2.5 weeks. And that with the heat, but hopefully, fingers crossed, the like high 20s and low 30s, the temperature's gone, but we are having some cool temperatures and some hotter ones later on in like next week and that, or week after. So hopefully I'll be able to get out and film some more adventure vlogs to put on this channel. Because I say life is an adventure. I also want to read out some bullet points on a massive comment I received yesterday. I don't want to read who it was from or all the comment because it was massive, but I'll do that a little bit later on. Got any questions, pop them in the side chat. We've got BCP popped in. Welcome, BCP. We've got Chris Tyler as well. Welcome, Chris. Thanks for popping in. We've got 5 watching. Appreciate that. Talk about the vlog that I was doing. I've completed. Well, actually, did I actually complete it? I can't remember, actually, come to think of it. I was doing the bits and pieces. No, I didn't. Let's complete it and do the usual stuff. Now live on my main channel, Peter Ray's Adventures. Live my Wednesday. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's very difficult. Now live on my Wednesday night live on my main channel, Peter Ray's Adventures. We've got BCP, we've got Chris. That's it so far. We've got 5 watching. So thanks everyone for popping into this video. Do like, share, and subscribe. All that, it's all in the description below. Do all the usuals. And take care. See you later. Yeah, that'll do. Whatever. Just a little bit like that. Like, share, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. So we're all good. But yeah, it's just trying to get it done first time is very difficult. But they were done. Right, I didn't think I'd ended the live. So hope your resellings and your wherever you resell and that doing okay. Have you had many sales throughout this heat wave period, or have you had loads of sales? I think for me personally, they've been down for quite a while. And that. Yeah, if you pop in the side chat any questions, I'll answer them. We've got 7 watching. Right. What I'm going to do is go through this little comment here. So basically this person's been watching my channel for a number of years, blah, 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 blah. Wanted to provide me with constructive criticism, like feedback and that. I was like, okay, fair enough, right? When I was reading it, I seem to be going towards an unhealthy path. Like, thank you. If yesterday wasn't stressful enough with the heat and everything else going on, something I didn't need, but he wrote it. So I'm like, right, okay. He's talking about my family situation, all that sort of stuff, and I thought, okay, cool. Sorry to hear about that. I thought, fair enough. He's been looking at eBay data on my eBay store, and you don't make enough sales just for any sort of eBay shop. But the thing is, mate, I've got to have an eBay shop because I buy to resell items online. So I buy to sell items for more profit than I brought them for. And they're not my own items. They're other people's items. So I've got to have a store. And I will be going down to the low store as soon as possible, which probably in about a week's time, something like that. Because he said there that like doesn't justify having the eBay shop, let alone £90 you've paid for a long time. Well, yes, if you are a long-term subscriber, you'll know that I will be going down to the small basic shop, which is about £32 with tax on top and that. I'm in the process of taking my items off. It's just today I had so much to do, this, that, and the other. I just didn't get around to it. And tomorrow, hopefully, I get around to it in the afternoon. I've got stuff to do in the morning, which is annoying, but has to be done. And then he goes on to say, with the poor sales, recent 50% discount, you are definitely not a business. And should not have a business account, and you're clearly making a huge loss. Well, I haven't been making a huge loss for a long time. It's just for the past, like, 3-4 months, it's been very difficult here with family life, etc. So I'm like, okay. And that. Also, your item pricing with 50% off sale are high and not realistic. Hello, I do my own research. I research what I like, the items that I buy, and I also research when I'm listing the items how much I'm going to put them up for. Some I know what they go for. Some I have to research. Don't take that long to research if you're doing it on your mobile. Then he goes to say you hardly send the items. We sporadic, like listing sporadically for a long time. Yes, because life is very difficult with my dad and all that and stuff, and life in general. And yes, I should be listing more. And I know I should. I don't need someone else to slap me around the face and tell me. I've got to get myself and do it. And then he goes, you keep buying. Yes, I know I keep buying, but I'm not buying as much than I used to. I used to buy loads and loads last year and beginning of this year and stuff, and I kind of stopped buying a lot. I very rarely go out and buy these days. Like when I went to my local last Sunday, I got one item. That was a Chaz and Dave vinyl for myself. I did a little video, but I just cut it down to YouTube shorts. A couple of YouTube shorts. That's all I got out of it because it wasn't worth putting up a video like, because I got so annoyed I didn't get anything. It was a big car boot down my local, but there was nothing there, and that. And the other one I went to the other week down at the rugby club was much better, and that. And you can see that video where I saw Pete there. Sales unexpected, action camera on action camera. And then he goes on to say, from your videos, I can see that homes filled with stock, everywhere, eBay room, mess, conservatory, garden sheds, list full of stock. You're really listing some items you had for years. Okay, yes, I grant that. I've not been listing as much as I should have. But you don't know the full 100% full outcome of life, my life. You only know what I've said online. You keep saying you want to reduce stock levels and then get it gone, and you keep going to Carboot each week and buy more things. No, not each week. I've had a lot of weekends off Carboots this year, from middle of March until now. I've had about at least 4 or 5 weekends off. I'm in jumble sales and all that. I reduced stock levels by quite a bit, actually, by doing one car boot. I'm in the process of finding out when my mate wants to do another car boot, probably some point in June or June after me. We're in July, in July or beginning of August, whenever it may be. So I get some more items and stuff I've got that I want to get rid of. I think you have an obsession as well, he says, with my YouTube channel. You make £8 a month income. Yes, that's because YouTube lately have changed the algorithm. But before that, I was doing okay. But it's very hard with everyone doing reselling niche and travel vlogging and to get the channel to do really well. But I try because I enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. That's the point, you know. And then goes on to say about me reselling causing a huge loss and no space in the home. Yes, I know that. I'm working towards it. I have Asperger's. I can only do one thing at a time. Very hard to actually get on and do it. Just do it. I'm having like 9-10 things going around my brain, and then I get stopped, and then that's it. Like, I come back, I try and do it, and then get stopped again, and then that's it. Like, can't do it now. I've been stopped. And then time goes on, that's it. You know. And then he just talked about me live I did last week and all that. I'm not going to go into that one. And then it goes into other bits and pieces. But yeah, I appreciate the comment. Don't get me wrong. It's just I know my foibles and how I've got to adapt to lowering the stock, not buying so much and getting on, moving it a bit quicker. But this is what we have to deal with when you're on the old YouTube and all that sort of stuff. So it's just like kind of why you know what I mean? But it's criticism, constructive. So I take it on board. Even though it's a lot of it I know myself. Because today I didn't get much done in here. Tomorrow I'm not going to get much done because I've got to do a lot of phoning up in the morning and stuff, and then see what's about for that. And then I've got to try and sort stuff out in the afternoon. By the time that happens and have lunch and that and everything's sorted out, that's it. And then editing a video for the day vlog on Friday, 2 or 3 hours doing that, and then that's it. But the weekend, it's supposed to be raining on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday or something. So probably I wasn't going to go out anywhere Saturday anyway, because there's nothing on the calendar I've got regarding any sourcing or anything or meeting people, because everyone's so bleeding busy at the moment, work-wise or other things. So I'm like, because it's John Shepherd's meetup, because it was supposed to be Eastbourne, but that went off cliff. John's meetup, no, I'm going to John Shepherd's meetup. Can't be asked. And then I've got the Carboots on Sunday, but it might cancel if it rains a lot on the Saturday. But not that I'm really fast, because I've got a lot. But it is a good car boot. Journey's a bit a pain in the bum, but just the way it is. But yeah, what can you do with constructive criticism, people moaning? But you take it on board and say thank you very much, cheers, smile, and that's it. Hi Antoinette, cheers for popping in. Much appreciated. Got any comments? Put them in the old side chat. Yeah, just to relax live tonight. I've not really got much of a topic. For the live, I've just been trying to keep cool the last 2.5 weeks. But as I say, I'm reducing items. I've got at least 130 items that are coming off eBay and going to either to Facebook Marketplace, a free site on Facebook, charity shop, Carboots, Vinted, etc. And I need to have a look to see if the items are still on my where I marked them, because a lot of the times they sort of fall off a cliff. Like when I had a bar mat that I sold in the 50% off sale. I couldn't find it anywhere. Back in my mind, I sold it. I said, "My mum, I think I sold that one." She said, "No, I can't remember you selling it." Sure, I did. So I couldn't find it. It took me like half an hour to look through all my boxes. Double look through the boxes. I'm like, I mean, I couldn't find it, so I had to cancel the sale, which was a shame. So I took both of them off because I got two that I had on that I'd taken off. At the moment, I've got 499. 499. Sorry. Trying to look at something else. Yeah, 499 active listings on my store. So 130. Well, more than that. I'd say 130 for now, because I can't remember exactly how many I'd looked at before that I was gonna take off the store. Oh, 499 minus not divided. 130. Yeah, 369. I think it was more than that, because I've got 250. So it's 499 minus 250, because you get 250 free listings on the small store. That's 249 and that. Got loads of stuff like magazines and books and a few games and stuff, DVDs and ties. They gotta go because they're not selling on the store. Let's have a look at that. Oh, Tiki Monk's got there. Wicked. Just another comment on the old feedback. But the thing I will miss is the packaging, buying the packaging. So I'm going to do that now while I forget, because I keep forgetting to do that. I'll do that one. Buy 50. Yeah, the self-sealed ones, the orange ones. Because we get 50 for $7.49. We can fit a fair amount in there. Buy now. Yes, that's it. And the reason why I actually wanted to 1 second, 333 voucher code. So I keep forgetting to do that. Free, cool. Yeah, reason why I wanted to drop down the store to a basic shop is the fact is, and then the up and coming months or next year, don't know how life at home is going to be if I'm having to pop to a job part time or other things, my father and that and stuff like that, which I can't say now. So I wanted to make it an easy way of doing like kind of less items to make me do more, if I make sense. Kind of makes sense. At the moment, I do need to go through. I was waiting until it got cooler, and I think it'll be a good time the next few days, weekend something, to go through the items, move items about, and just tidy up, and just see what I've got. Because it's just obsessing, like a lot of people. Like when I saw Nick's, I was like, oh, he's got quite a lot of stuff, but he's got space for it. And then other people, etc. Right, let's go down the list. Chris says how's your car going, Peter? Are you thinking of replacing it this year? Well, we were thinking of replacing the Fiesta because I've got a Ford Fiesta 2006 model. So it's 10, nearly 20 years old, 19 and a half, 19, whatever it is. Thereabouts. But we were thinking of replacing it about 3 months ago. And then we're like, well, it's MOT, going to be MOT, taxed, all that, up until like nearly the end of the year. And then we can kind of decide. Personally, I would like to, but with the way things going at home and stuff and all that, keeping it on the road as long as possible, because there is a lot of things that have gone wrong with it, but nothing structurally. You know, the things that are wrong with it, like both seats are collapsed, and one of the speakers in the car don't work. It blew up literally in my face because down to the right of me. CD player doesn't work properly, and the sun visors collapsed, but we kind of sorted those out. Well, sort of. They sort of fall out occasionally. And I was going down the A3, and here's la bang when I went to a car boot. Come back from a car boot, and side panel went. So I had to get a new side panel and the other bits and pieces, and it's like all costs and all that. But we got a good mechanic and keeps it running, which is good. Better than being without a car, because I can't be without a car doing this job. You know, especially where I am, we're a 20-minute walk to the nearest charity shops, and they're crap. You know, and then it's a bus ride into the local town, which is every half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour, and then 10 minutes in, like a 10-minute walk, and they bus every 10 minutes to another town called Kingston upon Thames. So it's not doable really as such. Kind of is, but it kind of isn't when you got loads of stuff, right? And to walk to my local car boot is about an hour. It's 2 minutes by car. It's about an hour. Talking because I've done it before. So yeah, definitely need the car. No, not that way either. Nah, it's just they're old and like sunken through and sits like that. Going, have to kind of hold myself up and drive sort of like. But yeah, it still works okay. And a good boot now. And now we got a lot of stuff in there for the car boot I did the other month. No, there's no chance of it being replacing it. Maybe like in a year's time or something, or if we work finances out, to get another one near the end of the year or something. But no, because Mum's got a car, which is a KA. It's a decent car. I can't thrash it about like I can the Ford Fiesta, because Ford Fiesta is a 1.4 2006 model, right? And the Ford KA is a few years old. Got a good deal down local Ford dealership before it moved. Ford KA. It's a white one, because a mate of mine's got a nice little sporty model. Yeah, it's a nice little KA, but it's basically like this model. If I can find it, because then, yeah, you might have seen it on my day vlogs. This model here, it's a bit like that. Basically, for me, it's a bit too high up, and I can't what I call crunch the gears. I'm not crunching gears. I'm not going try doing gear and nothing like that. What I'm saying with the Fiesta, I can just get in a gear, like literally rag the gears. But in this, you've got to be genteel. You got to be pinky out and do it. And the ratio with the gears, not like Fiesta, where you can like it revs to a certain point. But the KA as well, because the gear stick's tiny, so you basically got to go up like that, like that. Ugh. Trying to get in third gear is so difficult. We don't want them like that because it's a bigger gear stick and like setup and all that. I'm not mechanically inept and all that, but all I know is I can thrash it about more if I can with the KA because it's a 1.2 or 1.1 or something, or wherever it is, you know. But it's another car that I'm on the insurance for, so if I ever needed to, I can use it. It's got a pitiful boot, though. Fiesta's got a nice boot. It's got a pitiful boot, but the ratio from the back seat to the front seat is bigger than the Fiesta for some reason. Because in the Fiesta, if you get like one of those IKEA bags and you got lots in it, you can't put it in there. But with the KA, you can. But here's another possibility. But I'll prefer not to have those type of cars because, as mechanic says, there's a lot more to go wrong and it costs more money. Like newer cars, the older cars are better, rarer, but not worth so much money in that. You know, but it is what it is. I think personally, you know, but if it goes, it goes. Like a mate's car, her car went because it collapsed underneath, literally, so can't use it. But yeah, but lucky I did drive on that. Like, well, I did learn to drive years ago in 2007. Started. Just took a year to drive. Passed third time, like me theory test and all that. And I was happy. Didn't drive much for the first few years, and then obviously after that, I was driving quite a bit, mid-20s and stuff. And since doing reselling properly, been driving a lot more. And I drive wherever now. That doesn't really faze me. The only reason why it phases me if like I don't know the area and I don't know which lane to get in, and like it's very difficult sometimes. So like you got to get in this lane quickly in that lane, and then oh shit, I've gone the wrong way again. Even with Google Maps telling me like 3 years later after I've gone off the wrong way of the roundabout in an area I've never been to before. It's like when I go to jumble sales and stuff. You know, shit. All right. I'll see the car purchase popping in. Appreciate that. Hope you're well. Hope your car coping with the heat. All that. Good questions. Put them in the old side chat. As I say, I've been recording a day in a life vlog and all that. So that should be out Friday evening some point. So I'll try and get that done and sorted out. Right. Okay. I've just ordered the postage bag, so I'm trying to drop down to a small store. That reminds me, actually, come to think of it. Have a look. Shop. Okay, there's a way to do it. And I was thinking about that the other day. Like, what's the quickest way of dropping down to a small shop on eBay? Because there is a way to do it. Like, you got your time away, you edit, visit your shops, rate your shop, traffic, category, social, manage subscription. I knew it's somewhere around. I'm not going to do it now. No. I need to get rid of a lot of the items. There we go. Change subscription. Just going to click onto it because the basic's 27 quid per month, right? Plus the VAT, which is 32, I think. 7% for the featured, and that is like what 92. And for the anchor, it's 437, but with the VAT, probably near 500. But I will miss the number of listings that I can have, like 1,500 a month, instead of the pitiable 250 a month, which is going to really rag me because it's 10p the additional fixed price listings after the 250. Reason why I went from a basic to a featured, because I worked out like how much it was costing me with a 10p per listing over 250. I think I had about 450, 500. And I thought to myself, you know what? It's going to cost me a lot, which it did, over 30, 40 pounds. I thought, you know what? It's better off me going to featured. It worked out for a long time, right? And I'm like, okay, right. I'm just thinking about it. And then I'm like, okay, I'll go up to the feature, that's fine. But for the last 2-3 months, then it has not been worth me personally being on a featured. So basic, but what I'll have to do is I'll have to work out like what items I'm getting rid of, how many that leaves me, and then I can work out how much it's going to cost me, which 10p per listing more, over 250, because that doesn't include multiple quantity listings, if you get my drift. So the subscription list, you pop down to a basic, so hopefully it'll be all right. But the problem I found before is you've got your bank card on you, like for the payments and all that, because I've set up another account for my payments to go through on my bank and that. But then I'm like, I was working it all out a number of years ago. I was like, shit, 10p here, 10p there, all coming through on that particular. And I had to work it all out. How many sort of were that's per month, and I had to pay myself, and it got too complicated to work it all out. So I thought, sod it. I worked it out, and then it was worth me going to a featured store, the medium store. But once everything's sorted out at home and I've done more listings and stuff, then I can go back to a featured store, the medium store, but not probably for about, I'd say from now, about nearly a year, I would say, possibly. It's just that I need to really work out how many listings I'm taking off the store, how many it leaves me with. And then I've got like loads and loads of stock to go on. Probably in around about with the items taken to the car boot, probably another 100. Mine's sat probably around 300-400. Right. Hi, Sweet Carp. I did say hi to you. Hi, Ian. Thanks for popping in, mate. I appreciate you. Got any comments? Pop them in the side chat. Scooby Shaggy's popped in. Welcome. Do you ever thought of niching down to one category? I think years ago it kind of entered my brain for a brief moment, right? For a brief moment. But personally, I couldn't see myself getting lots of good items at that one category, wherever it may be. You know, I can't see it. You know, if it's just in books, or if it's in toys, or if it's in board games, etc., or household stuff. You know what I mean? I can't see it. Only the way I am, if I see it and it's worth it, boom. Because what I've done over the last few months is I've gone to the process of, if it's worth me picking up over a certain price, I get back for it with all fees and stuff and what I can pay for it, then I will get it. If it's not, then I'll leave it, even though I'll make some money. You know what I mean? It's like, as I said before, what Bonafide Hustler said. Basically, was saying that it's got to be worth your while to travel to somewhere for that item to be worth picking up. You know, you can't travel somewhere where you're not going to pick up like anything, or that item's particularly a bust. It's only going to be X amount of money. You know what I mean? You got to factor in your petrol. You got to factor in the time of day, which you could be spent listing or drafting up or photographing items. You know what I mean? But I have been on the process of not buying lots of items. I could have brought a lot more over the last few months, but I've left a lot because A, they're either just too expensive anyway, or B, if they're not, it's not worth me to pick up to get £5-10 back. I'm trying to up my ASP, average selling price, if you get my drift. But it's all up in the air with everything at the moment. But definitely we'll be going down to a basic shop at some point. Providing all goes well. Just got to go through my listings because I've got some stuff on there that I can actually show you one item. Wow, it's not my longest item on eBay, but it's the item that I remember the most. It's got a big meaning and memory to it. It's a CD. Where we are, CDs. Where are you? CD, music. There, I found it. This one, I've not even opened it. I might even, like, when I take it off, open it and play it. Let's go through. Present, share screen, the entire screen. I've got to put a light in a minute. It's going to be dark in here. Share screen. There we go. Right. This CD here. Everything and nothing. Okay, I'll look at that. In a minute. Harmless Discord. So the band's called Everything and Nothing. Harmless Discord. MySpace. It's that old. It's got a MySpace. I looked at their MySpace a few years back now when MySpace was a thing, and it came up with a band. I think they're like a rock style metalcore metal band. Okay, long story short, in my local town, there used to be a small, a very small venue where they had music bands and singers and that. It was called Native Tongue in Epsom. It's now a house, a flat. Sorry, someone's flat. Because like the area, like most of the area that it was is now a bank, been a bank for years. It was across the road from the main nightclub back then was Chicago's, then Elements, and now it's Thief and Boutique. But it hasn't been a venue for 10 years at least. Anyway, used to go there in my late teens, early 20s, so 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, all that, when I was growing up, drinking a lot. I was working, earning money, but I was drinking quite a bit with friends and that. We having a right laugh, and this I got from one of the nights there. Harmless Discord, everything. I've no idea. I shoved it on, so I may even play that. It's got free, so not in CD. It's like what they call 2008. So it would have been 2009 when I got the actual CD. It's just a backstory to this particular CD. So I might even open it. I think I know where it is. It is, no, let's have a look at the listing. Trying to remember where I put it now. I put it in one of the boxes. For a long time when I first started, I never marked out what box, like SKU coded, what box are in. And a lot of the items I've got are not SKU coded. Some of them are, like probably at least 55%, slightly above. Box 16 in the shed. Right, I'll get it out at some point and have a look, see what it actually is. It's a CD. for metal band but as you saw, it's got a MySpace thing on it. It's just a funny thing, like what I've got. Everyone's got an item that got a backstory to it, and this one was my backstory. I used to go clubbing. You used to sit. It used to be like tables and chairs, a few drinks, and blast your ears off. It's a tiny little venue, in my local town back in the day. Let's have a look. Read the comments in a second. I thought that just funny. Yeah, I need to go to. There we go. Got it. Whoa, it's getting a bit cooler right now. So wait, moonshine. Oh, there we go. It's a Metro Bank. That's right. Good that Google goes back a number of years. I'm a nosy bastard when it comes to looking at things. Right, let's go back. Dates. 14. Yes, still there's. Yeah, that's right. 14. Then that's right. I went about 10 years ago. But yeah, it's just a random CD. So anyway, let's log out of my eBay store. If you've got any questions, pop me in the side chat. We've got down the list. I'm just going down the list. Hi John, cheers for popping in. Appreciate that. I'm gonna go to SawCon this year. SawCon. Never heard of it. SawCon. Okay, I'll have a look at it. What is it? John, cheers for popping in though. Appreciate that. Oh, con. No idea. No idea. Antoinette says, have you thought about bundling items and using all your free auction listings to sell people? It can shift bundled stock. I've done that this year. I don't do 99p starts or free postage on auctions. Personally, yes, I have thought about bundling items. It's just that, like, I've got to get the items out and then I've got to make space, which in here is non-existent. If there was space, I'll be able to do it, bundle loads of items out, photograph it, but yeah, I have thought about bundling stuff. But you know, when I do use auctions occasionally, I don't do that well. I never do 99p starts. I always try and do a few quid. But I remember like 2023, it's Christmas 23. I did auctions in the was it Christmas? Yeah, it's back in the November. Always was it? It's basically back in the November, all the way through to about a week and a bit before Christmas. Just enough time to post all the items out and get them there. All right. And I had about 25, 30 sales out of auctions. Other than that, I maybe get one out of auction. But yes, I have thought about bundling items. It's just, for me, everything's plugged away somewhere. I've got to find out what I'm going to bundle, then work out where they are. Some of it's not marked as a SKU code. It takes forever. And then I've got to go and re-photograph the item, find out. Because like the photographs I had for the older stuff, crap. You know, it's easier for me to shove down the car boot, find the item. If it's worth for vintage, take a couple of quick photographs, done, stick it on there. And yeah. Right, okay, fair enough. Say no more. Hi Pat, just popping in, mate. Hope you're well. Did you go down to Hook last Sunday, by the way? I was there, Pete was there. It was crap. Lots of sellers, but nothing worthwhile. A lot of items that are very questionable down there. I didn't pick up. Quite a few stalls I breezed past because it's local. I know what people I like. They were selling for high prices, eBay sellers, and all that. So I kind of decided to like just go around a couple of times and then go home for one thing. So I just didn't feel it, and it was hot anyway. So I just came home. But yeah. Oh dear, life is a bitch, isn't it? But yeah, basically, for me, I'm trying to work out percentage-wise. I would say 30% for me is about getting up earlier and starting earlier, right? That's 30%. Let me just tie that for a calculator risk. 30%, get up earlier. Then, for me personally, I'll say now number 50%. Well, actually, no, I'll go 40%. That is this room untidy, and no space. If it was tidy and space, I'll be able to get and do the photographs quicker. And then next is 30% for life in general, home life and things going on. We had so many people coming around the last couple of weeks. It's just been crazy and that. And every moment I get, I'm going to do this. I have to do something else, and something else turns to something else. Something else turns to something else. Like kind of like tomorrow, if I don't start early enough by phoning people, then I won't get nothing done. If you catch my drift. So, I just thought I mention that. Like, it's trying to work out the balance. You know. But personally, 40% is this room. Quite a lot. Stuff I can't get to and stuff I need to sort out. This table don't help. Massive table here doesn't help either. So it's a good table for stuff, but it don't help because it's too big for the room. You know, but it's here. Like I've mentioned both times, like it's a bit big for real, and nothing else to do. Like, you know what I mean? When you live at home, you gotta accept it. Pat says I only did half. Got bad. Oh right, you only did half of it, right? Because I went up once quite quickly just to do a quick scout round, because a lot of the people, the usual people, as you see, had brought their stuff already and they're pugging it on their stall. Then I was a little bit slower going down again. I was chatting to people and that, and then it went up again. And went really slowly that way. And after that, I just went back down and stopped for a bit, and then I went home. It was crap. John's got a comment there and says about charity shops. Do you like charity shops? John says, I don't like them anymore. I don't like the prices or the people that work in them. Fair enough. For me, not particularly, no. I've had lots of bad experiences with higher prices, people who work in them, and they're like, oh, this is when I have eBay prices. Like we go around Carboots and stuff. But no, I have been in charity shops. If you've seen in my videos this year, went to a few places and didn't get a lot. So now I work to the well, how can I put that? Over the last couple of months, I work to the point where I go, is this trip out going to be worth my time to spend 3-4 hours around the town and not get a lot? Or do I accept it and just do it anyway? You know what I mean? I used to just go out for the content, but you know, it's just the way it is because they're not being great for a long time. I remember years ago, 2018, 2019, before COVID, there used to be a charity shop in my local town. Now it's a Waterstones. And I had to come out there regularly 3-4 times a week with 2 bags full before it got taken over and moved elsewhere. And I very rarely go into town anymore. I might have to some point, but I very rarely do. You know, it's just one of those things. And that. But no, charity shops, they're not great because they're letting, the people who are managers, not the manager of a store, that particular charity shop, but the manager of the whole chain of charity shops, or even that manager of that particular shop who says, "Oh, we can have that price for that, you can do this for that, you can have this and that." It's like, oh, right. Because you see things high priced for weeks and months on end. And it's like, if you reduce your prices, put a sale on, people buy it and shift it more. That's why when a charity shop has to close for a day or two, or because there's no staff to work in it, a lot of items just get shoved out side the charity shop, right? I saw that today with a load of items out of charity shop getting soggy because it rained this morning when we went down the old post office and that. I was like, oh, great, because it closed for some reason because of lack of staff and all that. So I'm like, okay, that's one thing, and then you've got that's 2 things because you've got the not the CEO, but the person who is above the manager in that particular charity shop, setting all the prices and all that. And then you've got a manager allowing to do moving things about, and then you've got the lonely workers, right? And then, as I say, things are left outside if it's closed for a day or so, you get soaking. And then you walk in there and you go, oh, the prices are too high. That's the third thing. So it should reduce prices and put sales on. Then you go in there and the manager or the people in there are moaning. I'm not saying all of them are, but quite a lot, right? If you're walking around, say Eastbourne's got 20 plus charity shops, the biggest area with the most charity shops in the UK, right? I've not done them all, I've done most of them. And it's a big slug. And when someone moans at you for whatever reason, or looks at you funny, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, I don't barter in charity shops, never have done. I just pay what it is. And if they say, oh, well, this is on for so-and-so, because I've had that a number of times, like, where they put on there, or it's worth, say, they've priced it at £3, and then you get to the till, and it's like, oh, no, that's £5-6. I'm like, no, according to this, it isn't. Oh, no, it is. No, it isn't. According to this. Oh, he's done that. Like, well, someone has. It's either that much £3 or I'm leaving it. Or sometimes, very, very rarely, it's the other way around, where they like priced it at £8 and you're going to get there and it's like £4. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. And you'll find to pay £8 for wherever it may be. Because I don't just go to charity shops very, very, very occasionally to source to resell. I sometimes go in there if I'm in a town and I've got time, see if there's anything for my collections and if I want anything, but very rarely do. I'm just bored of going in them. The only reason I went to charity shops this year, when I went to charity shops like in the London areas, not the central London, but just outside there, like Worcester Park and that, and not Tolworth, Surbiton, sorry. I knew I wouldn't get anything, but it was before I thought about it and saw Bonafide Hustler's video where he mentioned about is it being worth your time to travel so and so to go and get something? You got to make sure it is worth your time. But that point, a number of months ago, 4 months ago, I was just going out and filming for the content because I knew I wouldn't get anything. I knew I'd get lots of good content out of it, like shoot YouTube shorts and that, and a good video. Because one of them where I found, like, spent £26 in a charity shop, which I knew I'd spend some money in there. And like, well, we wouldn't believe what I found, right? Did really well, 988. And then the other one, where it was, just trying to find where it was now. Oh yeah, Church of the Rip-Off. Now he did 103 views for some reason. I think that was that where I went round after a book fair. That's right. Yeah, it was after a book fair. The price was so high. I'm not even stunned anymore at that place. It was about 20 minutes from where I live. That particular one. I can't remember the other one that I did. It was after a book fair that I did. Which that particular one I didn't get much money. Well, much items to resell back for online for money. That's what I mean. Hitching charity shops, they're overpriced anyways. Loads of new ones, but they're rubbish and all. I'm trying to find the other one that I got, because I've got loads of things on here. Because that one, yeah, when I spent £26 in a charity shop, that's right. That was locally, literally just about 10, 15 down the road. I thought, you know what, I'll try it. It was 1st February, so there was no Carboots. I thought, sod it, I'll go. I can't find the other one now. Too much stock, jumble sale, shoe hoarding, first Carboot. This is banned on eBay. Hitching. Oh, that one there. Oh, there we go. Got it. Crazy prices. Yeah, it's pointless. Like, unless you know a really like a really good niche, like Chatty Pete and Lola, because they go around lots of expensive charity shops, expensive boutique ones, and they travel far for Ed Sheeran boxers or whatever it was in their last Instagram thing or whatever it was. They know a niche, a good few, like, well, more than one niche, and they know a good number of niches where you can get some good money. Whereas me, I'm still learning, and that, and I sort of have to go out of the comfort zone. Well, not even that. I'm going to reverse that. I'll say that years ago, but not now. Reverse that and go, I've got to get out to different areas. Forget London. Forget even Surrey. You've got to just travel, but it's not worth me traveling. It's like when I used to go to jumble trails, which in America is garage sales. I used to think, oh, it's a nice day. I'll go out there, and I've done jumble sales in jumble trails. Sorry, in the heat. I've done them when it's been raining a lot, and you're just going round with a map or map on your phone, and you're going round, like, marking up where you're going to go. Okay, go there, go here, go there, and you've already looked online. By the time you got there, they've not set up, or if they have set up, or people being around already and got good stuff. I'm like, oh, what's the point? And yes, I did enjoy it, going out to new areas and filming and doing that. Like, one of my first GoPro trips, not the first, but one of the first GoPro trips I did, because I used to have a GoPro Hero 7. that I used to use, and I did that for a long time. But one of the first ones I used for the action camera is one of the jumble trails, and went about half an hour away, and it was crap. Literally, I got a few good bits, but it's just too much like time and effort all day to go round, and you get nothing, and then you end up annoyed. You have to have lunch, and then you need a wee, and then literally like you waste all that petrol and your time and effort. You could have spent like all those hours at home listing and sorting your stock out. That's another thing, like charity shops and that. I just don't do. Well, jumble trails I don't do at all, and charity shops very, very, very occasionally. If I'm in the town, I've got time. But if I have got, like, if I haven't got time, then I'll just leave it. You know. I'm not saying that I've not done well at charity shops. There was a charity shop locally to me, 5 minutes down the road. It's where I picked up those bowls. I set up bowls in a bag. I picked the bag up. I'm like, I know what's in there. I opened it up slowly, looked to the corner. I'm like, ooh, bowls. And I took one out, sort of like kid, sort of, because there's no price on it. And I was working on the assumption that they didn't know what they had, which was true. I looked at it and go, oh, okay. That's my biggest sale, I think £140 where it was. And I said, how much do you want? I think it said like £5 or where it was. I said, okay, I'll take that and done, or either £5 or £10. So, you know what I mean? But like going up jumble trails, you've got a thing where like I look at a map day or two before, pinpoint where I'm going to go, and then people don't often set up, or they've gone indoors early, closed up, and you're like, oh great, because it's on from a certain time to a certain time. Only wish if there was an app that's supposed to be out, whether you'd do it quicker. You know, it just took me ages to try and get the next section, next one. It was either too hot or too cold, and it was like pointless. And then the people used to go and like behind their stalls, like, how much for this? Because I remember going to a stall. It was a cul-de-sac. I asked the lady, how much do you want for this Wii? It was just standard Wii, couple of controllers, few games. I want 20, or it was a 30. It was quite a high price anyway. I was like, well, you don't get online for that. And said, oh, well, I'm not selling it then. I said, fine. I walked off. It's like, but, you know, that was then, and this is now. I work on the assumption, as mentioned a few times before, time is money. You work out, like somewhere you've been before, whether you've been to his car boot before, you're okay, I'm going to travel half an hour for this. I've got to make so-and-so back to get good profit back. And then, you know, if you get something off Facebook Marketplace, then you got to work out how far the item is. Is it worth me traveling for this amount of money to get this amount of money back? Petrol costs, etc., etc., etc. You know, it's quite difficult. Let's have a look down the list. Oh, Mum, her shoulder ain't great. She's been suffering in the heat. Dad's not great. To be fair, he's been sleeping a lot. He's had one of his tablets halved to try and help him. We've had people from different teams come round, especially one today, come round and check out his heartbeat and all that. Because come round last week, but Mum done the tablets, like cut them in half. Like got now doing that. Got the actual proper dosage ones, the smaller dosage, and it's okay. But other than that, not great. But we've got next Thursday, so I say not tomorrow, Thursday after. We've got people coming round. I can't say much more than that. Fingers crossed, it all goes well. Oh, you're new. Okay, let me know why you subscribed, how you found my channel, and what types of videos you like on this channel, John. Whether it be reselling content, travel vlogs, etc., etc., etc. The manager on the store is on salary, and they run around hiking price up justify the 30k a year. Yeah, pretty much, because you've got a manager who is on that much money, and then you got the people who actually own the chain, whether it be Beach Heart Foundation, Scope, when it was there, Scope, cancer research and that. And then you've got individual people who are above the manager, who actually tell the managers what to do, and then they go down to their lower people and tell them what to do. Because I tried to get a job in a warehouse of a British Heart Foundation in Kingston upon Thames a number of years ago. Went for an interview, did really well, and didn't get anything. Thinking, what do they want? You know, it was a big furniture place. British Heart Foundation had furniture, toys, games, quite big. But I thought, oh well, better of it. You know, I tried to like better myself with it, but they didn't want me. But I know what you mean, hiking price up. I just don't get it. I can't justify traveling to places, even my local. I used to justify years ago when I used to travel places and go, oh, okay, I go in there, pick out a few items. That's okay. Even when I first went to Hitchin, I picked out loads of items and I got some good items to resell back online. But for the last, I'd say, 4 years, hardly anything in charity shops. That's why it's not worth my time. I will occasionally go if I'm local and I've got time. Other than that, I won't go. That's like Pete, sales of the unexpected. He did the same thing where he went to charity shops for a while and then quickly realised after years of not going to charity shops, they were crap, especially where he lives, which is not far from me. I hate going into charity shops and seeing the same overpriced item for months on end. They don't realise. No, exactly. I've often realised that they're there, and they're overpriced, like 5-6 quid for this particular item, and they sat there for months. Why can't they do sales and reduce the items, reduce them to clear the bloody items? But if you think about it, charity shops are not like, well, one was saying is charity shops are often their own downfall because a lot of them are closed. Scope, for example, they closed down the local high street and other high streets for Scope have gone. And there was one in near where I live. I can't remember what brand of a charity shop, what the name was. I forgot now, but that went. I'm like, oh, okay, great. But then there is another charity shop local, and it used to be great. I used to go in there, pick out 8 or 9 clothing items for £2.99 each, right? £2.99 for clothing items, whatever it was, right? And then I found in there a Wind in the Willows DVD box set sold for 45 quid. And then those bowls, and all of a sudden, hadn't been in there for a few months, and the manager changed. Their prices all suddenly went sky high, and I think, hang a minute. And then I very rarely go in there because the managers frequently change and the staff change in there, and then they like change the way the shop looks, and the items of clothing are horrible. I don't do many clothing items, but I used to do lots. I used to sell women's clothes, men's, all sorts, right? But that's besides the point, you know what I mean? But they changed the manager on that, and they changed their ideas, and they got less items in there. Thinking, what's the point of going in there? You can't park anyway. It's on like a main road. There's like a little cut through. It's crap for parking. There's no point. I'm not paying for the parking. Go and shove that right up. Like when I went to Surbiton, I paid for parking. First time I used Ringo. I thought, bloody hell. Do I want to use Ringo? I'm going to have to. But I did it mainly for the video. And it did okay. There's a salary manager in every charity shop. They try to blend in with volunteers, but you can always tell who they are as they have that mad money hungry look in their eye. What exactly? Not like times of yesteryear where volunteers are voluntary to try and help them gain employment elsewhere to get a bit of money. They try to do it for their CVs these days. That you say like they're well, I'm like hungry. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just crazy the way it is. Chris says there, last time I went to a charity shop, I brought loads for myself. Well pleased. Good. That's always a good thing though. If you need it though, that's the point. Sometimes I've been to a charity shop and there's no tag on the shoes and they look at me like I ripped the tag off. Well, exactly. Exactly, yeah. Had that a number of times. And as I said to you before, where like there's no tag or nothing on the item, no price on the item, and you go up to a shop, say, how much is this? And like, oh no, that's 15 quid. I'm like, well, there wasn't any like price on the item. And then sometimes, as I said to you before, there's a like price on the item, whether it be a pair of shoes or whatever, say 4 quid, and they go up to a till, and guess what? 8 quid on their scanners. I'm like, well, this is price on them. What's the point of putting it on their price? Normally I walked out. Oh, I did that. If you watched the Hitchin video where I went charity shopping, it was back in beginning of February. I walked into the last charity shop. I got so pissed off. Basically, I was looking through books, trying to find out what the prices are. So I asked this lady how much the price of the books. She was like, oh, they're inside the books. You should have looked. But basically, that's what she said. I'm like, oh, well, good. Well, sod off then. I walked out. I thought, I'm not going there ever again. You know what I mean? I'm like, what's the point? Yeah, crazy. No, it's exactly. Antoinette says, do I have a list of things you really enjoy selling? Is there anything that usually sells really well for you? Well, I go through phases, usually long phases of items selling well, like beer steins, football cards, wall plaques, board games, gaming stuff. Personally, one thing, as your question earlier, and Anthony, I've just thought about it. Someone said that earlier. I think it's you earlier. Anyway, one thing I do like selling, and I would sell all the time, is wall plaques. Like, you know what I mean? Because they sell really well. Like school ones and universities. You know, you just gotta know what to name them as. Like, if I can find one that I've got listed, I've only got a couple listed still. Just go through. That's what I would love to find a lot more of and sell. Oh, come on. Try and find one. Summary. Oh. There we go. Oh, my phone's going off again. Who's that? 500,000 views? The hell? Whoa. A short has had 50,646. That email notification, by the way, is just the packing vouchers. I've got to go and put a light on. Packing mailers. I can't see what I'm doing it. There we go. Now I can see what we're doing. Let me just put that there. Okay, what short is it? Yeah, the packing mailers, bubble mailers. Now, what short are we? The seller wanted how much for? Ah, okay. That's not a bad thing. Most viewed. It was this one, the Harry Potter one. The Harry Potter. 50,006. Nice. Brilliant. That's good because, like, even though it's only 8 seconds, it'll get me a little bit more views and watch hours and all that, which I need. Right. Yeah, let me just find out my store. Sorry, I'm just going down this list. Wall plaques. There's one. You've got like wall plaque, shield plaque, coat of arms. Yeah, that's what I really enjoy to sell. I've only got a couple. I've had loads over the years. Now. Whoa. Oh. Right. There we go. Pop that in there. Got any questions? Pop them inside chat. Then share screen. Go through entire screen. Like these ones, I like selling. RAF Bircham. And they do sell quite well. It's fascinating, like looking at the history of the place where it is and trying to find out what that means, all the Latin and stuff. Did I put it in there? Forget that. Nothing without work. And you got that one. They got look at the price for. It is Nuffield Farming Scholarship, Wall Plaque, Shield Plaque, coat of arms. And very good condition. So I love selling these things. Itself are great. What the hell is that up in there? As I look at that. Oh dear me. Then this one's University of Macquarie in Kampala. And again, if I put the Latin in there. No, I didn't. No, so I have to revisit some of these listings at some point. But that's what I love selling. Let me just quickly have a look at that one. Revise the listing on that. Code. What time again? Oh, weird. Hey. Okay, cool. I'll do it later. Yeah, that's what I like to sell personally, but you just don't find them. People know what they're worth anyway. So, cheers, John. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Hi, Pete. Cheers, popping in. Much appreciated. No price on the item. Then you ask them the price, and they look like you've ripped them off. Yeah. I get that as well. What do you think you've stumbled into though? What do you think? Answer on a bloody postcard. Ha. Yeah, it's a weird one. It gained traction back in the last year, but great for the views and the watch hours and that, which is good. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna end the live there. But cheers everyone for popping in. Appreciate that, because I didn't really have much to talk about on that this particular live. So do pop back afterwards and put a comment in the comment section below when it's finished rendering, and do like, share, subscribe, and subscribe on this content on this channel for more content, Peter Adventures, and my gaming channel as well, Quack Attack Gamer. Appreciated, and take care. See you later. Take care.